So have a look at this car. There's absolutely no doubt that it will certainly turn heads. It's one of those cars that once you park and get out, you'll turn back, look at it and smile because it simply looks stunning. In fact, it makes the Demio look a bit blunt. So which car is this? It's the Peugeot 208, a compact hatchback that competes against the likes of the dominant Demio, Nissan Note, Toyota Vitz, Honda Fit, among others. This is the second generation which has been in production from 2019 till present. We are going to be taking a closer look at it and find out if you should go for it instead of the dominant Mazda Demio. So please stay tuned, and as always, if you find this content helpful, please do consider subscribing to the channel for more informative content on cars as well as bikes. Welcome to IK Photo Reviews. So under the hood of this stylish car, there are four main engine options. The first one is the EB2FA 1.2 liter 3-cylinder naturally aspirated that gives out around 74 horsepower. This engine is suitable for city drives. You can occasionally do relatively long distances, but it will feel underpowered, especially on inclines or when overtaking. But on the plus side, it's very reliable and affordable to maintain. It comes exclusively paired to a 5-speed manual, and I reckon that's the main reason why many people may not go for it. Nowadays, people don't prefer manuals, and again, they are not that common. The second option is the EB2DT 1200cc 3-cylinder turbo that produces 100 horsepower. Power-wise, it's way better, and since it's turbocharged, it offers a strong mid-range punch without needing to rev the engine too high like in the naturally aspirated. You can get this engine with two transmission options, either a 6-speed manual or 8-speed automatic. Now, being turbocharged, this means maintenance is very key. Use the exact recommended oil, which I'll talk about shortly, and also do the service at the recommended mileage. The third option is the EB2DTS, which is still a 1200cc 3-cylinder turbo, but now this particular one produces significantly more power, around 129 horsepower. This is the option available in the GT line, and it only comes coupled to the 8-speed automatic. Now, this can almost be termed as a hot hatch. It's indeed fast. Overtaking is literally a breeze. You may question the reliability of these engines, particularly the most powerful option, because it's a small engine, yet it's very punchy. That turbo ensures that quite a lot of power is squeezed out from that small 3-cylinder engine. It's relatively reliable if you maintain it well and also avoid driving too aggressively. We will be talking about reliability shortly. The last option is a rare 1500cc turbo diesel, which has almost similar power figures to the Mazda Demio diesel. It produces to 50 Newton meters of torque and 101 horsepower, while the Demio produces to 50 Nm of torque and 105 horsepower. So they are almost at par. This option comes exclusively paired to the 6-speed manual. Let's not focus too much on this particular option because it's rare in the Kenyan market space. Now, this 208 is only available in front-wheel drive. There is no all-wheel drive option. Reliability wise, there's something I should mention. These engines use a wet timing belt, and they are generally sensitive to poor oil. So if you use the wrong oil or service it poorly, then that wet timing belt can disintegrate or lead to engine damage. In terms of the engine oil, it's recommended that you use Total Quartz Eneo 0W30. As for the ATF, what is recommended is Peugeot ATF AW1. Generally, these engines are reliable and can last long, but only if you do the required proper service with genuine recommended lubricants and parts, and also avoid excessive aggressive driving. Compared to the Demio, this 208 is just as reliable, but very sensitive to poor maintenance. Expect around 18 to 22 kilometers per liter in the 1.2 liter naturally aspirated, 15 to 19 kilometers per liter in the turbo variants, and lastly 25 to an impressive 30 kilometers per liter in the diesel. Generally, it's very efficient, slightly better than the Demio. The fuel tank capacity is 44 liters for the petrol variants and 41 liters in the diesel variants. The ground clearance is 140 millimeters, which is low, but I can guarantee you that this is not a car you want to modify the suspension to increase the clearance, because it will compromise on the looks and handling of the car. So it's either you just live with the car like that, and avoid huge bumps, or alternatively just install slightly larger wheels. The ride and handling is comfort biased. Compared to the Demio, it's tuned more for comfort, while the Demio has a bit of a sharp and precise handling. This 208 gets McPherson struts at the front and a torsion beam at the back. Stopping power is made possible by ventilated discs at the front and solid discs at the back, except for the base model with the 1.2-liter naturally aspirated that gets drums at the back. The car weight ranges between 1070 to 1455 kgs. The electric version is the heaviest due to the batteries. That electric version is the E208, though it's very rare, so we are not going to focus on it in today's episode. What about safety? The standard features include autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection, lane keeping assist, speed limit recognition, driver attention alert, ESP, 6 airbags, cruise control, and a speed limiter. Then as for the optional features, depending on the trim level, you can expect features such as adaptive cruise control, blind spot detection, parking sensors, and twin cameras, one at the front and one at the back. It sort of mimics a 360 degrees parking camera, so as you reverse, it stitches the views to give a top view image of the vehicle. Like most modern cars, it's very safe, but take note that in the unfortunate event you are involved in a frontal crash, the sensors and cameras will be damaged and end up rendering the safety features redundant. Now, what about the price? For 2019 and 2020 models, expect to part with anywhere from 1.8 to around 2 million. And if you go for more recent models, say 2021, 2022, then you'll pay upwards of 2.4 million. Now, generally, the price of cars has gone up, but still, this 208 is quite expensive. In fact, more expensive than the Demio. But we are going to be discussing about value for money shortly. Now, in terms of the design, this car just rocks. They nailed it with the design. It's very futuristic and appealing. In fact, there's no argument that it beats the Demi hands down, and it doesn't stop there. When you step inside the cabin, it gets even better. It feels very premium and elegant. The dash design is just on another level. Some people may not like the placement of the instrument cluster above the small steering wheel, as it may obscure your view of the instrument cluster, but that depends on your height. But for most people, it's manageable. Still, on the instrument cluster, it's all digital and has a 3D effect. It really looks good, clear, and crisp. The seats are very comfortable and supportive. Space-wise, at the back, it's decent, not very good, but decent. It's very slightly more spacious compared to the Demio, but competitors such as the Nissan Note or Honda Fit are way better. The boot measures around 308 liters, which is slightly larger than the Demio's 280 liters. Then the seats can also be folded down to create more luggage space. Still on space, there are variants that come with a moonroof, which helps to create an airy feel in the cabin. So what are the pros of this car? It's very stylish, has a futuristic cabin, it's very safe, it's efficient and comfortable. The cons are the low ground clearance, slightly limited interior space. Then there's also the issue of the wet timing belt, which can disintegrate or lead to engine damage if you skimp on the maintenance. So in short, it's a sensitive car. Lastly, the price is a bit steep for a compact hatchback. Now, compared to the Demio, this 208 has better looks, better interior design, better power in terms of the petrol options, better boot space, and lastly, better features as it comes with goodies such as ambient light, digital instrument cluster, and even a moonroof. The Demio, on the other hand, is better in terms of its price. It's more affordable maintenance and spare parts, and better driving dynamics. Now, is this 208 better than the Mazda Demio? Absolutely. But does it offer value for money? I will say, considering what it offers, it's not that bad. The price is a bit steep, but it has lots of goodies that may make someone decide to cough out an extra around 300,000 shillings to get it instead of the Demio. If it was my money, I'd definitely get the 208. What about you? Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, if you have any inquiries, feel free to reach me via WhatsApp or email. Stay safe, ride and drive safe, and see you in the next one.